So Huawei is coming out with another tri-foldable phone next year. And this is not surprising. You know, they're just going to continue every year, new tri-foldable phones. Every year, just pushing out, oh, this is the new one. This is the new one, like Samsung does, or now Google's doing with their Fold series. And obviously now Samsung also is working on a tri-foldable phone. There's definitely a situation where we have to actually address the elephant in the room. And we need to stop getting yearly updates of phones. And I'm not saying that there should never be an update, no. But I feel like there needs to be maybe like an 18-month, 24, maybe not 24, maybe like 16 to 18-month gap between cell phones coming out. Because it's why we have so many lack of innovation from Samsung. Because we're getting the same device and they have a year to change it up. And they're just pushing out another one. Push out another one. Push out another one. It's to a point now where it's like, instead of actually making a new device, being creative, like creating something that people will love, it's just how fast can we make another device, get it out there, and make money. And it's really frustrating, I feel like, from a consumer point of view. Because we do love these devices, we do. But they're $1,800, okay? These foldable devices. And when you just constantly try to push out a new device over and over and over again, and not update it, not do anything crazy special, it gets to a point where it just becomes like the same old rinse, cycle, repeat type scenario. And it just ruins it. I mean, again, Z Fold 6 sales shows how bad this mindset is. And I know this happens for everything. This happens for pretty much every single piece of technology in industry. Xbox and PlayStation for the longest time didn't have this problem. They didn't come out with a yearly new console. The PS4 to PS5, obviously, yes, they do have different iterations. They have like the Actually, no, for the PS5, they have the Slim. But that took forever to come out. And now you have the PS5 Pro, but that took forever to come out. I know the Xbox has the Series X, Series S, but that came out at the same time. And they didn't get a refresh to 4 years later? And that goes across the board for a lot of these devices in, console-wise. It takes a while for them to come out. Even like the 3090, the 4090. That took a couple years for it to come out. And now a couple years later, the 5090 is going to be talked about. But it's been a gap. It's been a time period where it's not like every year. Because, again, it gets to a point where, as a consumer especially, if I'm thinking about getting a Z Fold 6, well, I'm already in December at this point. If I didn't get it back in July, it's almost December. And then you get to January, and then they have to start discounting this thing. Because they know their next phone's coming out in, 6 months? 7 months, July. 7 months from now. So they have to start discounting it. And keep doing that over and over again. And also, as a consumer, you're like, well, why would I buy a Z Fold 6 now when I'm paying full price when I could just get a Z Fold 7 in 7 months? Well, I can get a Z Fold 6 for a discounted price in 7 months. It just creates this never-ending cycle of, well, I just got a new piece of technology. Oh, something else just came out that's better. Which, again, will forever be the issue with technology. Like, there'll always be something better. But when it's like a 2 or 3 years in the future better, you can justify and say, well, okay, yeah, in the future there's going to be something better. But right now, this is the best, and it's going to be the best for the next year or two. It's just processes like that I kind of go with. And I just feel like, again, I wish they would stop trying to force out a yearly cycle. But they're not going to stop. They're going to continue doing it because people still buy it. And as long as people still buy it, it's going to happen, The only way we can stop this from happening is if consumers speak with their wallets. And they did with the Z Fold 6, and that prompted Samsung to come out and apologize for the lack of innovation. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Give us like an 18-month cycle, and I'm fine with that. I mean, freaking Oppo, with their Oppo, I think was the Flip N2 to the Flip N3, that was a 6-month release. Like, it took them 6 months from the release of the Flip 2 to the Flip 3. That's insane. Like, no, do not release a phone 6 months after a phone you just released. Oh yeah, by the way, this is 6 months later. This is a better version. Oh yeah, by the way, 6 months later, this is a better version. It just, no. I mean, I can't imagine if car manufacturers did anything close to that. Come out with a brand new Audi, and then 6 months later, oh, this is the brand new Audi. Or 3 months later, this is the brand new Audi. Like, no. Tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys in the next one.